Well, hey there. Yeah, I'm out in the woods again today. I came out the other day looking for mushrooms and I found deer antlers. So today I figure I'll come out and look for some more deer antlers. Maybe I'll find some mushrooms. It's kind of funny how that works. Every time I've ever found mushrooms, seems like I was looking for deer antlers. Whether I find anything or not, one thing is guaranteed. I'm having fun. And my first morel mushroom for the year. Little bitty tiny thing. I'm not going to pick this one. He's awful small to eat, number one. And I don't see any more. If I had enough to make a mess with him, I would go ahead and pick him. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and let him be, let him spore out, and make a larger patch of mushrooms. Run across an old trash dump here. I run across a lot of these in the woods. This is probably an old soda bottle. This Custom Packaging Corporation, St. Louis. Please don't litter. Trying to figure out if that was a Pepsi bottle, a Coke bottle. Late 70s, early 80s disposable. A bunch of disposable soda bottles here. Non-dairy creamer by Pet. Interesting. Nothing valuable enough to carry out of the woods, really. If I had a truck up here, I'd clean it up, but I don't have a truck up here. I'm probably 50 yards, maybe, from that old trash dump. And I ran into some daffodils. Daylilies, maybe. Means there was a house out here at one time. More than likely, anyway, there was a house out here at one time. See if I can't find evidence of where the house would have been. This might be a good place to come back and metal detect. And I believe I found the house site that I was looking for. Lots and lots of daffodils, daylilies scattered out. Pieces of brick where the house used to be. It's hard telling, that rock could have been a foundation rock. Right over here, we have a hole. I don't know if this is a cistern hole or a well hole or a collapsed in septic tank. At any point, it's a hole and it's probably man-made. Could be a sinkhole, I guess. But I think it's man-made this close to the house site. Could be where they buried the house and it fell in too. I'm thinking the house was right here where this little hump is. More bricks. More rocks. I got us another little mushroom. I think that's a morel. That looks like a little yellow morel. A little tiny thing. A couple of days he'll probably be big enough to eat, but he's not big enough yet. So I'm going to leave him. Found me a deer skeleton. Let's see what we got here. This is a buck that had lost his antlers before he died. So, it's kind of interesting. Probably a coyote kill, I want to guess. I don't see any legs, backbone, ribs. There's the leg bones. Shoulders. Pelvis is right there. Cannot carry this out though. Got to get a permit for it. Here we go. Mushroom number 3. It's a little bit bigger. It's probably 3 inches tall. I've been out here for 2 hours or better, and this is only the 3rd one I've found. Don't know if I ought to cut it and start keeping them or not. Okay, I found some mushrooms. I'm going to start picking them. Now when you pick a mushroom, you don't pull it up out of the ground by the roots. You cut it off. That way the roots can produce more mushrooms. Saw another one up here. Where was it? There it is. There's the next one. And do the same thing with it. You want to keep the mushrooms in a mesh bag. That way any spores they lose as you're traveling out of the woods can be deposited for future mushroom growth. Little tip for you when you're out in the woods. This is called mullenweed. You can find this green all winter long. In the summertime it shoots up a stalk up to about 10 feet tall. It'll have the same type leaves going up it. They will be smaller the higher they get, and at the very top there will be a cone of yellow star-shaped flowers. This is good to dry and make a tea out of if you're having mucus drainage problems, runny nose, cough, what have you. Also makes really good toilet paper in the woods. Just a little bit of advice that might help you out in the future. Maybe even with today's toilet paper crisis, who knows. We're in a patch of yellow morels. This is exciting. Now this is a nice patch of mushrooms. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's a smaller one there. As we get him. There you are. Check this out. There's an interesting little find for in the woods, on top of a hill anyway. A fossil on a rock. It's the only one I see. I think I'll take that with me. Look at that. 2 more little fossils. I think I've got room in my backpack for this one. I'm a good ways from the truck. That is a nice one. This one with base and all might be the biggest one I've ever picked. That's a nice one.